I'm in your city tonight, walking around with my head high. Oh my goodness gracious, we have an absolutely loaded show for you today. Pat had a birthday weekend, a horrible birthday weekend. I'm Chris. I had a moderately bad 4th of July weekend because my team sometimes decides they want to be good pitchers, sometimes decide they want to be good hitters, but never both at the same time. It is incredibly frustrating. But this is a very, very special Monday edition of Painting Corners. Patrick, I'm not going to ask how you are, but I am going to tell you I like your hat. Shout out the Galley Boys. Shout out Akron.
Hell yeah. Thank you. You know what? Shout out Akron. And honestly, shout out all the minor league teams for Cleveland, because I might just start only watching minor league baseball from now on. It's way more enjoyable.
Yeah, that's fair. I know it's funny. I saw the hat today and I did the woo because they did that after all swings and misses at Akron games. But I didn't, you only been to one, so I didn't know if you caught it or not. Probably not.
Is that like the Ric Flair woo they do?
Yeah, they do the Ric Flair woo after every swing and miss at the Rubber Ducks. They like to do it on fastballs. Woo! By you. It's,
I like that. I didn't even pick up on that when we were there.
That's the thing. So they do that there. I did it earlier today, just kind of messing around during the show. But yeah, man. A couple things, dude. So obviously we're going to talk about your Guardians in a sec. Obviously we're going to talk about my Yankees in a sec. We're going to talk about Michael Kay. Michael Kay was awesome over the weekend. Did a great job. The single greatest broadcaster in not just baseball, but in all of sports. Michael Kay is phenomenal.
Tom Hamilton is still goated, by the way.
He's not retired yet?
No, he's still going, man.
Tom Hamilton and John Sterling are the same thing to me at least.
First of all, please don't disrespect my goat like that.
They're the same thing.
They literally aren't, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to crash out over announcers today. That's for another time.
Yeah, and we're also going to talk about your your minor league program, which is, I think, funny right now. But we're starting with this. All-Stars. In the American League, the starters, you got Cal Raleigh, you got Vladimir Guerrero, obviously Vladdy. Second base, you got Gleyber Torres. Third base, Hosey, the only Guardian that was an All-Star this year. Shortstop,
Stephen Kwan.
Oh, my bad. I forgot he was a Guardian.
Not
for much longer. Shortstop, we got Jacob Wilson. The most votes in the entire AL, Aaron Judge playing outfield. Riley Green, also an outfielder. And then Javi Baez. The Tigers have 3 All-Star starters. Then their DH is Ryan O'Hearn. The reserves, Aranda, Bregman, Buxton, Jazz Chisholm, Kirk, Kwan, Lau, Pena, Rodriguez, and then Rooker as the DH, and then Bobby Witt as the shortstop, the reserve shortstop. Do you agree with Jacob Wilson being the starting shortstop over Bobby Witt Jr.?
I mean, I'll say this. Bobby Witt, I feel like we could both agree, has had kind of a somewhat down year to some degree. I mean, listen, he's still one of the best in the game. But I mean, for his standards, to him only have 12 home runs at this point. And 837 OPS is still really, really good. It's just not what we're used to seeing from Bobby Witt. So I don't hate that Jacob Wilson got, gifted the start over him. I think it's cool when guys are having like breakout years for a bad team, like not Oakland, but the Athletics this year. But fucking Jacob Wilson has a higher OPS than Bobby Witt right now. So it's like guys hitting 335, a rookie balling out like this. I'm all for Jacob Wilson being the starter.
Yeah, I mean, the OPS is really close. I just wondered, it's funny because, like, what's the knock on Witt so far? The knock has been the power numbers aren't there. Yeah. But it's like Jacob Wilson has 9 home runs on the year.
But Bobby Witt is 12.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying
more from Bobby Witt.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. So I guess I think Bobby Witt is a better shortstop today. Jacob Wilson, I think, is getting what we call the boy wonder love.
Yeah, and honestly, the All-Star Game voting, it gets so heavily influenced year in and year out. Like, to me, Bobby Witt's going to be an All-Star for the next 10 years. Jacob Wilson, we don't know that because he plays in a smaller market team. He might just have this one-year wonder. So it's like for a guy that's if the stats are pretty close, I'm glad they give it to the guy that who knows if we're going to see him ever in the All-Star Game again.
Yeah. The flip side of it is Wilson would have been fine as a reserve and Witt should have been the starter. My personal belief. Do you think Javi Baez deserved to be an All-Star this year?
I mean, I don't know. you get this every year, and this is where the fan voting becomes flawed, right? Because Detroit's been the star child of the MLB this year, the best record in the game. So naturally, they're going to draw a lot of votes from fans that, their team is having a down year and they're kind of, just following the sport from the outside looking in. They're going to get a lot of votes from those types of fans. So, I mean, we saw it the one year, I think it was after the Royals made the World Series against the Mets. You had, I think, the Kansas City Royals winning like 6 of the 9 positions in terms of all-star voting, including like Omar Infante was the second baseman. And so like it's going to happen every year. There's always that one team this year. It happens to be Detroit. They have the best record in baseball. Javi Baez, to his credit, is having a way better year than what he's been doing for the last 4 or 5 seasons. Does it warrant an all-star start? I don't think so, but like, I get it. It's the nature of how the MLB All-Star game works, right? It's the middle of the season, so the full year hasn't played out. And the fan vote is heavily influenced by that.
Yeah. George Springer got snubbed.
Yes, big time. He's
higher batting average, higher on base percentage, higher slugging, higher OPS plus than Javi Baez, and did not make the All-Star team.
I mean, you just look at, in terms of outfielders in the AL alone with a higher OPS, you've got George Springer, like you said, 886 OPS. Riley Green, Byron Buxton has a higher OPS than Javi Baez.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, a handful of guys. I think Steven Kwan's better than Javi Baez. But again,
he made it.
Yeah, no, I know, but he should be starting.
Okay, that's fair. Fair. In the NL, you got Will Smith catching, Freddie Freeman at first, Marte at second, Machado at third. Ended up winning the well, I don't know if he actually won the vote. Frankie at short, Acuna, Pete Crow Armstrong, Kyle Tucker as your 3 outfields.
Dude, the NL is loaded this year.
A lot of the guys went out that way. One thing just of note, Ellie De La Cruz beat Frankie Lindor out for that on the voting side of it for starting shortstop. Ellie De La Cruz did make the All-Star team as a reserve. The reserves were Pete Alonso, Corbin Carroll, De La Cruz, Brendan Donovan, who I love, Hunter Goodman. That's my guy. Big Hunter Goodman guy over here. Matt Olson, Kyle Schwarber, Stowers, Suarez, Tatis, and then James Wood. Name missing. No Juan Soto. Did not make the All-Star team.
Yeah, which is absurd to have a guy who's top 10 in all of baseball in OPS not make the All-Star game is absolutely criminal. And this is where, again, I'll forever love the MLB All-Star game. And I like how inclusive it is, but this is where you get the flaws, right? Because like you have to, every team is given representation in the All-Star game. So you run into things like this every year where guys get in that are less deserving than other guys just because they're the only good player on their team. But for Juan Soto to not be in it when he's literally top 10 in the sport in OPS, I think he's fourth in all of baseball and on-base percentage. His power has come back. He's up to 21 home runs. That's tied for 10th in baseball. Like, what are we doing here?
Well, who do you put him over?
So what? If we're being real, he probably deserves it over Corbin Carroll.
Okay.
If you look, more home runs, more RBIs, better batting average, better on base, less slugging, but a higher OPS overall.
Okay, no, I'll give you Corbin. Honestly, it'd be easy to put Juan Soto in the All-Star game if he was any good at defense.
Yeah.
Because like what you're going to run into is people are going to be like, oh, well, Corbin Carroll's a more complete player.
That's fair. I just think when you're like literally in almost every category, a top 10 hitter in the sport, the fact that you don't.
That's fair. I honestly agree with you. I just think it's funny that he didn't make the All-Star team and Jazz Chisholm Jr. did.
Yeah. But again, there's a week left. Don't be surprised when someone decides to sit out and Soto will be there. And because you'll see that a lot over this week, guys. It's mostly with pitchers.
But Frankie was locked up, man. Locked out.
Yeah. But Frankie was not having the type of years that Juan Soto's been having.
No, but what kind of years Juan Soto have? He's hitting 250, yeah.
He's top 10 in the sport in literally almost every offensive category.
Yeah, he's also top 10 in the sport and being doubled up by Cody Bellinger.
Hey, crazy play by Belly.
Yeah, dude. Belly really did it, man.
Yeah, that was a hell of a play. But yeah, here, listen, I think this is a good segue. Talk to me about your series, bro. I mean, you guys had kind of a back and forth and up and down. I mean, you guys were almost as, deep into baseball purgatory as we've been, losing 6 in a row, on the verge of getting swept by your main op in the city. And but you guys came out and got the dub yesterday. But talk to me about where you feel the team is at right now.
Honestly, I think Bellinger might have saved the season. Definitely had my level of concern, given the fact that they had lost 9 straight. I mean, or maybe 7 and 9. It was a really bad stretch, and they were losing games in a way they hadn't lost them kind of all year. The first part of the losing streak, they were losing games because their offense went just ice cold.
Yeah,
but the pitching held up, giving them shots all the time. The second part, of the losing streak, it was the pitching falling apart again and again and again. So I was bothered by, half of the time we get pitch, the other half we can't. The worst part about the losing streak is, I don't know, we haven't talked about it, but Clark Schmidt is getting Tommy John.
Yeah, that's right. We have not talked about this yet.
Clark Schmidt's getting Tommy John, which definitely concerns me because this pitching staff is now going through blow after blow after blow in terms of guys not being healthy. The upside is I think that Cam Slittler is really, really good. And I think he could have a Luis Heel type run. And anybody that comes up and, it was 70% ground ball rate and the high strikeout numbers too. I think he could come in and be a 4 or less ERA guy.
Yeah.
The issue is going to be can he eat up innings? So Cam Slittler is going to get his first start on Wednesday, I believe. But that was a big blow. But it does, the one thing I will say is I do like the confidence coming out of the guys. I mean, one of the things that happened at the end of the Subway Series was the bats got rolling. The pitching's been bad, but the bats got rolling.
Yep.
And I think if the bats continue to, roll like this, the pitching will average back out to kind of middle of the pack ERA rather than worse in the sport. So definitely have my concern. Injury concerns are there. You hope that after the break, when you get Heel back, and you hope that Cam Slittler is just better than Stroman, and Max Fried continues to kind of be the stopper, you feel decent. And also, like Michael K said, the Blue Jays have been overachieving. They're going to swing back to earth too. And now you're in second place right now, but 2.5 games back. I mean, that can shrink in the span of a week.
Yeah. And I mean, shit, we've kind of gone back and forth talking about the two, I guess, the two teams vying for, that first place spot in the AL East, but don't sleep on Tampa Bay either. Cause
I'm sleep with the box fan on Tampa Bay.
What was that?
I'm sleep with the box fan on. I think everything will average back out. They don't concern me at all.
See, I think that their pitching can carry them a long way because their pitching is only going to get better too. They're getting McClanahan back at some point. He was, the top of the sport 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. If he can get back to where he is, I think Tampa Bay, to me, I think they worry me more than Toronto. I mean, you can look at it like you said what Michael K was talking about, the expected wins losses. Toronto, expected win-loss record of 46-44. Tampa Bay, 52-38, just 2 games back of the Yankees' expected win-loss record.
Here's the thing about Tampa. I guess I don't believe in Tampa Bay's bats enough. I know they've got the pitching, but I just don't believe in the bats right now. I mean, what do they have? 3 probably major league bats? They probably have 3 guys that are over 100 WRC plus.
I'm going to say more than that, dude. I mean, you look at, they've got their top 4 hitters in their lineup are all OPSs over 800, double-digit home runs, all of them with 47 or more ribbies. I mean, Jonathan Aranda, Yandy Diaz, Brandon Lau, and Junior Caminero.
I forgot about Aranda. I like Junior Caminero a lot too.
Yeah. And he's another one who I think got snubbed from the All-Star game. But yeah, dude, I think Tampa Bay is legit, dude. And then Josh Lau, if he can stay healthy, that's another major league bat.
He's not staying healthy.
I know he's not, but
you know how that goes. It's him, Byron Buxton, those boys just refuse to stay healthy. Stay healthy or draw 25. Draw 25.
Literally. And dude, we haven't really talked about this either, but since he's been recalled, Chandler Simpson is hitting the ball, man.
Yeah,
and I mean,
he is.
Yeah, he's just.
I guess that wasn't the issue though when he got sent down.
No, but he's been on a tear. If I was looking at his game log today, where is he?
But the issue was never offense. You know why they sent him down, right?
It was defense, right?
Yeah, because he was hitting over 300 when they sent him down.
Yeah. I guess I thought they wanted a little more of pop from him because he was just being a singles guy. But
he's
again,
always been a singles guy.
Yeah, exactly. But dude, since he's been recalled, I mean, shit, he's hitting 400 in the past week, 8 for 20. Yeah. His average is back up over 300 on the season. Like, no, if he can get his defense right, that's another.
Yeah, it's the defense because the pop was, you know how many minor league home runs he has?
How many is it?
In 7 seasons, college, minors, and majors, plus independent ball, he's got a grand total of 2 home runs.
I wonder if both of them are inside the Parkers too.
I mean, they might be.
Well, I mean, they very well be.
That's what we're talking about. Like Chandler's not going to give you any pop. Like Chandler's going to give you, I'm going to swing the bat, and I'm going to be on third base in 2 pitches.
Yeah,
he's like your ultimate one-dimensional. Honestly, what he is, he's Luis Ariz with far better speed.
Yeah, shit. I mean, if you can get him to a level defensively, even of like half of where Stephen Kwan is, like that's again just same type of player that can be a great hitter early, or he honestly fits the profile more of like your number 9 hitter than your typical leadoff guy.
Yeah,
but
he's a 9 hitter to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you don't want to live and die with him getting at bats, but he lengthens your lineup for sure. I think an issue that they had, honestly, is like they saw the speed and the range, and they said, "Well, let me play him in center field." But in reality, he probably profiles as a left fielder.
Yep, I agree with that.
With a weaker arm, but no, I'm more worried about the I'm worried about the Blue Jays. I'm worried about the Blue Jays because I think if they're in first place, they won't trade Bo Bichette.
Well, that was going to be my next question, is like, it all depends on what they do at the deadline. And I guess that's why I'm not as worried about them, is because I think they're going to operate kind of in that buy, sell mentality, similar to what we've seen Cleveland do in the past. Whereas Tampa Bay, you know what they're going to do. They're going to do what they always do. And that's if they feel like they can, acquire someone at the trade because they have a deep farm system as always. They've got the pitching to move around. Like I feel like Tampa Bay can maybe make a splash more so than Toronto at the deadline here.
That checks out. But yeah, no, I mean, lost series to the Mets. No worries though. I think this team is going to get it back together. Obviously, like guys getting healthy again. Austin Wells being back in the lineup was big. In his 2 games back in the lineup, he went yard both games. Came back with a stance tweak, Pat.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's why they were hiding him for a little bit. Came back with a stance tweak.
Yeah.
A little bit more open. Closer to that Ben Rice level. But I do want to give Boone credit for kind of how he's operating the lineup. What I will say is I'm frustrated that Jazz Chisholm is still at third base. It does sound like though when we get back from the All-Star break, he's gonna play second base again.
Yeah, I mean, because at that point, I know you've been over LeMahieu since the start of fucking
I hate LeMahieu
season. But yeah, and that's another thing where that's an opportunity for you guys to upgrade is going to be at third base.
Yeah, league's gonna be sick when Suarez is over here, man. And we've got the pieces to get him too, man.
And how long is Suarez? Suarez he would just be a rental, right?
Yeah, it's expiring, but I'm sending Spencer Jones out west, man.
Talk to me about Spencer Jones. Are you kind of off the hype a little bit? You were talking to me about his
I'm all in. He's been going nuclear. He's the best. He's been the best minor league hitter this year. In terms of like WRC plus. Like in AAA, WRC plus has eclipsed 200.
You're not nervous about the underlying metrics, though.
No, not nervous at all. And here's why, Pat. Look. I think he figured it out. All right, here we go. How do you feel about Nolan Jones?
Right now, I don't feel good about damn near anything right now.
Okay.
But
Nolan Jones has power potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's got less home runs than Stephen Kwan, right?
Yeah, he's got 3 on the season.
He's got 3 home runs at 6'5", big power potential. What he does is his swing doesn't have enough tilt to it, so he hits so many ground balls.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer Jones had that issue last year in the minors. We know that Spencer Jones and Nolan Jones are both like big power potential guys, right?
Yeah.
Last year, do you know how many home runs Spencer Jones had?
How many?
He had 17 the entire year. he was hitting the ball into the ground. And it's like his power metrics were there, but he was hitting the ball into the ground. And we even talked about like his OPS being below 750. Like, ew, like for a guy that big, that's not what you want. But last year, one of the things that the Yankees identified, swing and miss a lot of ground balls, but 1 in every 4 fly balls he hit left the yard. So they were like, we are willing to increase your swing and miss if you hit more fly balls. Again, all of last year in the minors, he had 17 home runs. They got the tilt. This year, in 53 games, because he missed 2 weeks, do you know how many home runs he has?
How many?
20.
There it is. There's the increase in pop.
There's the increase in pop. There's nowhere to put him for the foreseeable future in New York. Send him to Arizona right now. I think Arizona might go 2 for 1 if we give him and our number 5 prospect. I think that gets it done.
Now here we go. Are you? Because to me, I think Spencer Jones is going to be better than Dominguez.
You're out of your mind.
Am I?
100% out of your mind.
All right. I don't know.
Why don't you have not been keeping up with Dominguez and the progression that he has gone through.
Has it been there?
Jason Dominguez quietly is going to make a run at Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he has turned it up in the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Seeing the ball so well. Mm-hmm. OPS up over 750 for a rookie.
Yeah.
Like he's making a run at it, man. I know that like the Dominguez early year thing and people thought, oh, Christian Campbell's way better. Christian Campbell's also ass right now in the minor leagues. I don't know if you know about that, but
I know.
He's really bad now. I mean, we're talking about, dude, like, I mean, in July, so far this month, obviously the month just started, 391. In June, he at 280.
No, yeah, the last 30 games, he's been like 800 OPS.
Yeah, the last month hitting 321 with a 356 on base percentage and 469 slugging and 425 OPS. Dog, they did the thing. They did the thing that I love. They let him hit in front of Aaron Judge for 1 game in the Mets series.
And he hit 2 bombs.
2 bombs. Because you see more fastballs.
Yeah. Now that's where, because again, those are his only 2 home runs in the last 30 games.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't been hitting for pop because he's getting a lot of like the show me stuff to like punch away. So like the contact numbers there, but the power numbers aren't where you want them. But I like the contact numbers because I know he's got the power in that frame.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 5'9", 220. They have to be bullshitting in the chat right now.
That
has to be bullshit.
It has to be.
We have the wrong thing below us too.
I'm fucking.
There's literally no way.
Yeah, dude. No.
I mean, who would have
it? It's not. It's false.
Dang, heartbreaking. You guys just blue balled the hell out of Pat since got called up.
Yeah, no. Tom Hamilton MLB calls. Not cool, man. I was not cool, but that's okay.
Yeah, dude, that would have been it.
I just finished listening to earlier fucking Andre Knott, which I honestly don't have an issue with Andre Knott the way that a lot of Cleveland fans do. But he just went on ESPN Cleveland this morning talking about how, the Guardians don't feel like he's ready to play every day just yet. And the whole fucking, I just don't understand it. Because
it was one of the worst quotes of all time, especially when you consider the Guardians don't play anybody every day.
We don't play. We play 2 guys every day. We play Jose Ramirez and Steven Kwan every day. And Carlos Santana. We play 3 guys every day.
I would say the Lauders probably more ready to play every day than everybody else. Yeah. I think the Lauders are more ready to play than like Rodriguez, but we know what it is. It is about like service time, and they want their PIP pick, their PIP pick, which I hate as a Yankees fan. I think it's stupid. But
yeah, no, it's terrible.
You hear what else he said?
What else did he say?
He gave the cost for Clase A, I guess.
Oh yeah. Well, Clase A is going to get dealt. That's going to happen. That's going to happen.
But 2 hitters?
Absolutely.
That's not enough. I think if you guys trade Clase A for 2 hitters, that's fleeced.
What did Chapman go for?
And don't talk about what Chapman went for. Talk about what Devin Williams went for. An everyday second baseman and a fourth rotational pitcher, and he's got 1 year of control.
All right,
you can absolutely.
Just call Caleb Durbin an everyday second baseman.
Whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
Okay.
Is that Caleb Durbin disrespect right now?
Dog.
Caleb Durbin does his job. 98 OPS plus as a rookie? And he's hitting 253? He just doesn't slug. Caleb Durbin's not an everyday second baseman?
I'm just saying he was talked to me like this guy was going to bat 300. I wasn't concerned about the power. He's got a sub 700 OPS.
He's got a 1.7 WAR as a rookie.
That's fine. It's all defense. What is that?
That's an everyday second baseman. That's not an everyday second baseman.
We'll see.
Oh my God. Caleb Durbin slander today is crazy.
I mean, listen, anyone can get it today. I don't care.
Caleb Durbin would start for you guys right now.
No, well, yeah, sure. Maybe start against lefties. That's about it.
That's fair. That's fair. But look, no, more to my point. Devin Williams went for an everyday infielder and a fourth or fifth rotational pitcher. And he have 1 year of control left.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is if I'm the Guardians and I'm trading Class A, I want 2 right-handed hitters somewhere between 95 OPS plus and 105.
More than that.
Well, I mean, that's what I would take if I'm getting 2 of them. I would like 2 top 30 prospects in your farm, like not MLB, but organizational 2 top 30 prospects. And I would like a fringe starter / long arm pen guy to get in the lab to work with.
There ain't no way a team is giving that.
Absolutely, you're out of your mind. A team would absolutely give that. A team would absolutely give that.
I mean, a team might overspend. I don't think it'll be by that much.
They would. I mean, right now, if you called the Yankees and traded Class A to the Yankees, they would give you Trent Grisham, Marcus Stroman. I mean, that's what a mid-rotational arm is.
Mid-rotational arm is not Marcus Stroman, buddy.
Fringe rotational arm, right?
We don't need a fringe rotational arm, buddy.
You turn him into a pen arm.
Marcus Stroman would not pitch for us right now.
All right, bro. You beggars and choosers. I just
want Stroman. I'm saying.
Honestly, I just hate Stroman. I just want Stroman out of here.
Like,
Stroman's getting $17 million a year.
Logan Allen is better than Marcus Stroman.
All right, chill. He doesn't have more swag than Stroman.
I don't need swag for my rotation.
You do. You know what team has swag in the state that I want to talk about before we talk more about your Guardians?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the Reds are going to go on a second half run, just so you know. Dude, they're 2.5 games. They're 2.5 games out of the wild card race. But they feel like a team that's kind of bubbling a little bit.
I mean, that's a typical Tito team. A Tito team always starts off slow, and then when the summer comes, the bats get hot, and like that's what Tito did every year with us. And that's why I said the Reds were my pick to win the NL Central at the beginning of the year, dude. And I fully believe that.
Okay, dude, they're not going to win the Central, but they're going to
wait for the Cubs' demise.
They're 8 games back from the Cubs.
Not insurmountable.
But they're 2.5 back of the wild card.
Yeah.
And
but the wild card is loaded.
Of all the wild card teams, though, I think here we go. I trust them more than the Cardinals.
All right. I do believe so, but
I think the Cardinals are going to sell at the deadline. I think Arenado's out of there at the deadline.
He probably is, but because they're playing so well right now, I don't know what they're going to do. They're a weird organization to read.
They are. But here we go. I trust the Reds more than the Cardinals.
Okay.
I trust the Reds slightly more than San Fran because I like their pitching more.
You like the Reds pitching more than San Fran?
Yes.
Okay, I agree.
I mean, I don't know how much value you find in San Fran's rotation outside of Webb. I don't know how you view them in a vacuum.
I mean, Robbie Ray's been phenomenal.
Robbie Ray's been good. Yes.
I think between those two, I mean, the kid Birdsong's been pretty solid for them. I'm not really sure how to feel about him as a whole. Yeah, I'm still gonna lean.
I mean Abbott, Green, Burns, like that 1, 2, 3. I mean, Burns is probably their 4, right?
Well, yeah, right now. Until
by the end of the year, he's gonna be a dude, man.
Yeah, as long as he just doesn't do what happened in Boston.
Well, no, I think he cleaned up the tip pitching issue.
Yeah, I think so.
Pitch tipping.
Yeah, because he looked. His last start was solid, right?
I mean, good enough.
Yeah, where's his fucking game log? Here we go. 4 2/3, one earned on 2 hits. The 4 walks is a little concerning, and then 7 Ks. So definitely better, and against a good Philly team too. So
and that Philly lineup is pretty hard to go up against.
100%. Yeah, it's just funny because the way he navigated, like, I mean, that's a brutal. I mean, it's brutal because it was in Boston, but like New York, Boston, and Philly, your first 3 starts, like that's about as brutal as it gets.
I mean, it's gonna get easier essentially.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're right.
I don't know. I like the Reds as a second half team, man. It's funny. I feel about the Reds now as I generally felt about the Guardians like in the past couple of years, and maybe it's because it's Tito. Like it's just a team I would rather avoid in the postseason.
Yeah.
They're not that I think they can beat me, but they're going to be super annoying to deal with.
Yeah. I've always, and I still believe it. I believe in their pitching. I think that they absolutely can make a run. I just don't know right now because they're going to have to jump 3 teams. It's going to be
but it's 2.5 games.
Yeah. My thing is, who are they going to? So you think St. Louis, San Fran, and then out of the 3 current wildcard teams, I'm high on San Diego.
Are you high on Milwaukee? Because I think Milwaukee's over.
That's the team. That's the team that I think they can potentially leapfrog also.
And then it's like, what are the Padres going to do?
Like, they should buy.
Like the Padres have of all of the wild card teams. You know, the Padres have the worst run differential.
Mm-hmm. But if you were to tell me right now, I think aside from the Mets, and fuck, I might even take San Diego's lineup over the Mets. Like in terms of a lineup you don't want to face in the playoffs.
No, I mean they've got too many bats with too much pop, and they're kind of hard to maneuver. Because like I think Jackson Merrill is a top 3 center fielder in the sport,
and he's got to get going because he's been
he was in and out of the line. He had injuries, and he keeps getting hit by pitches.
Yeah. But I agree. I think he needs to step it up for them to lengthen their lineup. And Bogarts has been fucking terrible for them too.
Yeah, no, he has. What a terrible contract.
Dude.
What a terrible contract.
Brutal. But yeah, I think and San Diego's getting Yu Darvish back today. That rotation I think is probably on par. No, it's definitely better than the Reds when they're fully healthy, right?
Yeah, the issue is health, right?
Yeah. Sure, and I think Cease is going to get better. He's kind of had a rough year so far.
He has, and like I don't think. I mean, Michael King's not going to be back for a while.
Yeah.
So he got placed on the 15-day IL. They're probably going to move that up because as of July 5th, he still hasn't thrown off a mound.
Yeah, not good.
So that to me, that's like, uh-oh. He's a post All-Star break guy.
Again, that's I think
San
Diego. You just want him back to late August.
I think they sell.
I disagree.
I think they sell, and I think they send Michael King home as they should.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring him here.
We all know why you're saying that.
Bring him here. We'll give you Clark Schmidt. Can't even trade Clarky. Your team dropped. They haven't scored in 600 innings. Oh my goodness! Pause. We're not doing this, dude. Wait, where is it? People are saying that Roman Anthony is better than the Jason Dominguez. Not true.
He's going to be.
Can Roman Anthony play the outfield? Can he throw a baseball? Why do people just get off by disrespecting Jason Dominguez?
I feel like he's an easy, you know what? I was going to say he's an easy player to hate, but also another easy player to hate who we haven't mentioned once in the show is Anthony Volpe, whose dad was getting into it with a Mets fan yesterday.
The dad's right, though. The dad's 100% in the right.
Really?
Brother. Oh, my God. If someone calls my son a Make-A-Wish kid and my son plays for the Yankees, I'm putting hands on anybody.
Oh, I fucking love that. But
also, send Volpe to the moon. I don't know if you saw what Volpe did to my goat, but we got to trade Anthony Volpe.
Listen,
he hit Aaron. You know, Aaron.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about this.
He hit Aaron Judge in the eye.
Fucking BP taking one to the dome.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean BP?
Wasn't it during BP that he hit him?
No, it was between innings.
Oh, that was between innings. I thought that was...
it was in the middle of the game. Between innings, Volpe makes the final out.
I thought for some reason it was during BP that
no.
Judge. Oh shit.
He was dicking around and threw the ball and it hit Aaron in the eye, and Aaron was bleeding. You know how I feel about concussions in the sport. Bad deal.
Hey, you had it with who's it? Rizzo last year, right?
Yeah, Rizzo, bro. ruin my guy's career. No. Anthony Volpe needs traded, but his dad was 100% the right. And Mets fans are the most pathetic fans on the planet. Like, they just simply are. Like,
so
they've got no self-respect for themselves. They hate their parents. I mean, the colors and the theme is terrible. They're actually assholes. You know, people talk about New York fans being assholes. The actual assholes are Mets fans.
I mean, listen, I think Mets fans are on a generationally bad run right now because of everything that's going on with the since the Soto basically came over. I feel like that's been the start of this, because Mets fans were never this obnoxious in the past.
Mets fans are the worst fans in the sport right now.
Right now, yes, but this is a new thing, and I feel like this is a new wave of Mets fans.
Mets fans are Michigan fans. Michigan fans beat Ohio State, and all of a sudden they act like they've been out here for a long time. Mets fans suck. Yeah, Frank Fleming is the face of Mets fans. Mets fans suck. They do. Hey. So if I'm Volpe's dad, yeah, wait a second. Yeah, like yeah, my son is ass. Your franchise is ass. Like, think about the teams that have won since the Mets won a ring. White Sox and Cubs both got one. The Mets suck. Mets fans are just Yankee fans that hate their parents. Like, that's all they are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, aren't Mets fans terrible?
I mean, yeah, I think they're very similar to each other.
Not even close. Jason Dominguez hit 2 home runs. You go to Twitter, you go into the post. Oh, what do you expect from a 30-year-old rookie? From Mets fans.
Yeah, I also saw Yankee fans throw beer cans at my entire team in the outfield.
You guys deserved it.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine. We threw beer cans at your players. We didn't call your son a Make-A-Wish kid. And Anthony Volpe's not even a Make-A-Wish shortstop.
He might be.
No, he's better than your shortstop. Then what would that make Arias or Rocchio? If Anthony Volpe is a Make-A-Wish shortstop, what does that make Rocchio or is this?
I'm not saying hey, listen. I'm not saying my shortstop ain't a Make-A-Wish.
I'm just saying, bro. You're over here like half defending Mets fans. Mets fans suck. Mets fans were better when they shut the fuck up and hit in the corner.
Have never been this bad. I literally.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying they just fired me up, bro. Because why you talk to my guys? Look, Anthony. You think Anthony Volpe's dad wants Anthony Volpe to not be great at the sport?
My thing is, why are you entertaining them?
I'm not a celebrity. My son is. Talk to my son. I'm in Shitty Field, the worst food in all of New York, the worst ballpark food in the entire MLB.
Oh my God.
I'm in Shitty Field. I'm hungry.
You've never even been to Shitty Field, have you?
I have. I've seen it from the airport. It smells. I'm not.
Brother, you cannot compare. I'm not dealing. You cannot compare the concessions at Yankee Stadium compared to Citi Field. It's not even close.
You're out. Yankee Stadium sells elite sushi.
Dog. The best thing that Yankee Stadium has is a $30 fucking chicken bucket.
The best thing that the Mets have is they share a city with the Yankees. Anyway, I'm just saying, bro, I'm at Shitty Field. I'm sitting here on the holiday minding my business, and you turn around and start talking to me. Like, the fan wasn't chirping Anthony. The fan was chirping the dad.
Good. I like it.
Yeah, I hope you go chirp Anthony Volpe's dad, and Anthony Volpe's dad beats the piss out of you. I want you bleeding pee.
Or bro, Anthony Volpe's dad
peeing blood. All right, anyway, back to the sport, man. Let me fire it up, bro. I hate Mets fans. Your team has lost 11 straight.
10 in
You guys are bad. I'm starting to think you guys aren't a playoff team. I'm starting to think, wow, either Jose Ramirez isn't serious about winning, or he just loves Cleveland so much because by now you demand a trade because this shit is ass. The front office is lying to you. The front office is lying to everybody. And we're at the point right now where after making the ALCS, their active payroll is under $100 million. They can't score runs. They're platooning a bunch of bad hitters. And likely the organization's third and fourth best hitters are currently sitting in AAA.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are so ass that I feel bad for you. And I don't feel bad for nobody.
Yeah.
My neighbor, she's 83 years old. She fell on a flight of steps. No, I felt horrible. That didn't happen. But I feel bad for you is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, this is the worst Cleveland Indians team I've seen in my history of watching the sport. What's been going on right now since 1997, the year I was born, which, I mean, I didn't really watch the team in 97, but from when I started watching the team, probably sometime around 2002 or 2003, I cannot remember a time where I have been this defeated watching the Indians. I mean, 10 games now. We've been shut out in 5 of them. We have, I think, a combined 17 extra base hits in that 10-game span. In the last 31 games now, we are 9-22. I think only the Washington Nationals have a worse record in that same and they
just fired everybody.
And they just fired everyone. So maybe take a look. I'm starting to really question Stephen Vogt. And it's funny because we had the magical year last year, obviously 3 games away from a World Series. But Vogt, man, what are we doing with the lineup every day? Your best players, and I'm not even talking about the organization, your best players on the current Major League roster are not playing every day. Kyle Manzardo is second on the team in home runs.
Yeah.
And in a time where you're desperate for any sort of offensive jolt, you refuse to start him every day. Same thing with, some of the iconic moments of this season have come off the bat of Daniel Schneemann. He's also on the bench every day.
I think I should trade Schneemann.
Probably. I mean, he's not a part of the future.
Yeah. I'll give you Stroman for him right now.
Stop.
No, you guys are in a bad spot. And it's funny because like last year, I felt like while your lineup was deeply flawed, there were elements of danger, right?
Yes.
Like, I know that like a lot of Cleveland fans are like out on Naylor and Josh, not Bo.
Yeah, but he was an element of danger. Like
Josh was an element of danger. Manzardo was an element of danger. Like I felt like I felt like, okay, like even when Aaron Boone talked about we wanted to pitch around the dangerous hitters. Well, are the Guardians hitters perfect? No, but there's a couple guys in there that are a couple swings that have enough pop that are dangerous. And also, I don't know if Bo Naylor hates baseball, if he only played it so he could be around his brother, but he looks like he hates baseball now that Josh is gone.
Yeah, and honestly, it was one of those things that I was worried about with the trade. I'm never like the
psyche of him.
Yeah, the psyche of a family dynamic like that, because Josh was such a big mentor for Bo. And when Bo struggled early on in his career, like Josh took it upon himself to kind of make sure that he was there to hype him up whenever something big happened. Like you could see in the dugout, they'd pan to the dugout. Josh would be the one going absolutely bonkers whenever Bo would deliver a clutch hit.
The one that's going to care, like as an older brother, I understand, like the one that's going to care the most about your success and like keep helping you and keep tweaking you and force you to like be better and like lock in is going to be your older brother. And it's like, here we saw this in a smaller sample size. The Bucks. Milwaukee, they prioritized Giannis.
Yeah.
There was a time where he had COVID and he tested positive, wasn't on the bench for a game. Bucks players, multiple said Giannis was freaking out. All of a sudden, the next day, his COVID was gone. He was back on the bench, and Giannis went from having a bad game to a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a dynamic there that I think Bo Naylor needed Josh Naylor. Now, was Josh worth the headache? I don't know. But is this team better with Josh if it means Bo's improving? Yes. And if you're going to get rid of Josh, you think, okay, we are clearing the way for Manzardo.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they signed Carlos Santana, which at the time I'm thinking, okay, Santana getting older, they're going to use this as an opportunity to get Manzardo a ton of at-bats. but not be chained to him for the whole year.
No.
And instead, they've acted like they are chained to Santana and not to Manzardo. And so that's if you're gonna move from Bo Naylor or from Josh Naylor, who has an element of danger in his bat, and not give me Manzardo out there a lot, who has an element of danger in his bat, and also Bo's gonna fall off a cliff because I think mentally he hasn't been right since Josh got traded.
Yeah.
And feels like, fuck, if they traded Josh and 30 home runs and 100 RBIs, then I'm doomed no matter what. So yeah, it looks and feels like Bo Naylor is checked out.
Yeah, I think he needs to, and one of the, through the last month and a half, he's been arguably our worst player overall, because not only is he not hitting, but he's costing us games defensively, like we saw a couple times now. I was at the game against Houston where the pass ball came around, tying run scores, Indians end up losing in extra innings. It's the same thing fucking happened yesterday. Tying run comes home to score on a pass ball, but and I'm not excusing Bo of this at all, but this is another case of poor managing by Stephen Vogt. You have a guy in Bo Naylor that has not looked the part defensively for the last 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
When you bring him in late in the game to catch Emmanuel Clase, a guy who's, a tough pitcher to catch at times.
He's a hard thrower that can spike a slider.
Yeah. And it wasn't even a slider that he spiked. It was a 100-mile-an-hour cutter that you just got to get in front of. Like there's a certain thing. Now, the runner's on third. There's 2 outs. Why we're trying to get cute and just pick the ball when you're not doing everything in your power to get in front of it. Now, again, that's on Bo. I think the move to put Bo into the game is on Vogt. Like have a feel. Like Austin Hedges actually had a base hit yesterday.
Yeah, honestly, I believe their batting average is within 100 of each other. So it's if he's not going to give you anything offensively and he looks checked out, which I think he's putting together some bad at bats over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean,
so I think Bo Naylor's the swing looks pretty. He's got pop, like whatever, and it can be dangerous. But I think he's so checked out that he's not even putting together a good enough at bat to be dangerous.
No, and we've seen it now. Hedges is getting more and more starts than I envisioned at all throughout the how this year was going to go, and it's because Bo just can't fucking hit right now.
I think it's over for Bo in Cleveland. I think they should move him and give him a fresh start somewhere else.
Yeah, and I think, well, honestly, you're not going to get anything from him. He's got a bunch of options. Send him down, get his swing right.
I mean, that's fine. I think move him because I think the catcher of the future is in Double A right now. And my boy Tyler told me this. Like, I think Cooper needs to be in Triple A tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, definitely does. I just don't think, to me, I just don't understand why we keep trotting him out there when he's not hitting and he's not playing defense right now. Send him down to Columbus and see if he can get his head on right. Sometimes it's all because, again, he's still a young player. Like sometimes it's what you need. And the fact that we're so tied to these guys and watching them fail up here right now. I mean, I could say the same thing about half our lineup should probably be in AAA. I mean, I don't know what Jonathan Rodriguez is still doing on the Major League roster. He's, I think, 6 for 30 something since being recalled for John Kenzie.
Tyler told me that you guys had 4 guys at the bottom of the lineup that were all hitting under 180.
Yeah. Jonathan Rodriguez, Brian Rocchio, Will Wilson, and fucking Austin Hedges. Like,
that's disgusting.
Like those are two positions of power, like in your lineup to me.
Yeah.
Is your third baseman in your fucking right field. Now Josie was DHing, so it's like I get it.
It makes it tricky, but still.
But yeah.
And Bo Naylor has 2 options left, in case you're wondering.
Mm-hmm. Send him down. Send him down. It doesn't make any sense.
I think you trade him. I think you have to trade him. I think it's a.
And the part that's so frustrating about watching this team right now, and we're back to the problems that we've had for the last 4 or 5 years, albeit last year. Last year were different sort of problems. Our pitching's been the best in baseball since the start of June. Good. Since the start of June, our starters have the second best ERA.
Yeah, they do.
And this is what and this is where I felt so confident, and maybe it was false confidence because I'll admit I'm a dying optimist. The moves that they made in free agency and in trading. Now, what they should have done was, they should have re-signed Matt Boyd because that would have been even better. But the fact that they were able to get Slade Ciccone and Luis Ortiz, now the Luis Ortiz situation just got...
Dude, he's so guilty, bro. It's over.
It got complicated, but...
It's over, bro. He was gambling. He's done.
We don't know. We
We absolutely know.
I'm just saying, we don't know. Hey, you know what? And even if he did, fuck it, let him play because fuck the books. I'm cool with Ortiz,
no,
but again,
your pitching's been good.
Pitching's been real good, and like Slade Cicconi's looked phenomenal the last month and a half.
He's been better than I thought he was.
Same. And I know a lot of people were high on him with his expected numbers, even after a really bad year last year. And he's put it together nicely, man. I really like his stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just, and the bullpen's been hit or miss a little bit, but overall the pitching has been solid.
Around last game.
Yeah. And it's funny because as much as I get wanting to trade Class A, our bullpen's not in a place to trade Class A. And I don't know how to view the bullpen as a whole moving forward. So there's my one hesitancy to trading Class A. Cade Smith has looked very pedestrian this year at times. Hunter Gaddis has been pretty solid for the most part. Tim Herron has not looked the part this year. And then other guys can't stay healthy. Trevor Stephan, his velo's down in the minors right now, but he's been injured the past few years. Sam Henches can't stay healthy. Andrew Walters can't stay healthy. Sobrowski's come back after an injury, and he's looked good so far. But it's like, I don't know. I don't feel good about our bullpen.
Bro, the worry is like the wear and tear after a shortened off season.
Mm-hmm.
Like those guys. I mean, here we go, because the Yankees World Series team used their bullpen a lot. Their bullpen's getting tattooed right now.
Yeah,
and it's like guys like that tend to have a slower start. I think the All-Star break is going to be huge. And honestly, if the starting pitching for the Guardians continues to uptick, unfortunately, you have to just try to use them less.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, they have been used less over this last 10 games, which is crazy. I think the starters, we had all three of our starters go 6 innings against Detroit this past weekend. Mm-hmm. Against Chicago, it wasn't great, but the series against St. Louis, guys were going 6, 7 innings. So it's like our starters are doing the part to give the bullpen a much-needed break. And Stephen Vogt, now, while I don't agree with it, he's doing his part by throwing Jacob Junis and fucking Colby Allard and, all these guys every day.
Well, my thing is for Cade, he's on pace to have, I believe, the same amount of innings as he had last year.
Yeah.
No, he's slightly under. He's going to probably finish with 73 innings pitched. Last year he had 75 in the regular season.
Yeah. I'm curious because the guys that I was kind of comparing them to in terms of the run of dominance they had. Where is it? Yeah. I mean, even the Kansas City Royals bullpen, when they went on that run with Wade Davis, Greg Holland, and Yordano Ventura, those guys were throwing 70, 72, 67, 58. Yeah, they were all.
They say that magic number is right there, 73.
Yeah.
You want to be below that 73 mark.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it is so much wear and tear on the arm.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and even a lot of those guys, you rarely see guys go 70 innings multiple years in a row.
Yeah, I mean, Cade went 75 last year and has 37 this year.
Yeah, and that means he's probably going to hit 70 again.
Yeah.
Or come very close to it. So, yeah. I mean, again, last year it was because it was out of necessity. Because
you needed to. Well, this year you need to too. If you're going to make a playoff run, I think that they're going to be sellers.
So the problem is they're still a young team that there's not much to sell from. I mean, Carlos Santana should be traded.
Lane Thomas,
you're not going to get anything for him, but
doesn't even matter, bro. Move him.
Yeah, I agree.
Carlos, Lane, I would move Bo or move Bo down.
You're not going to get anything for Bo.
I mean, you say that, dude, but
dog, these guys are ass. Who is going to trade anything for Bo Naylor? Has a 634 OPS this year. His career OPS is 664. He's never proven that he can hit for any sort of prolonged period of time. I mean, he's gotten his best year was fucking 2 years ago in 23. In 67 games, he had an 800 OPS. It was 614 last year, 634 this year. He can't hit, and his defense has fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is Alex Jackson got traded for Trevino.
I think the honestly, what I would do if I'm Cleveland as a last ditch effort is I'm sending Bo down to Columbus, and I'm maybe trying to turn him into a right fielder. Can he play any other position? Brother, he can't defend for shit right now.
Bro, he's not a bad defender. The metrics like him defensively. He just has the boneheaded like defensive moments. He's like Volpe. Like Volpe's not a bad defender. He's just like the boneheaded moments. Yeah, bro. His fielding run value is 3. It's just the fielding run value paired with a -8 batting run value puts you at a net of -5.
I'm just out on him, dude. I'm out on him defensively.
Yeah,
it's so bad. You can't be that boneheaded in crucial moments of the game, especially like you're supposed to be one of the, I don't know, kind of de facto leaders of this team, right?
Bro, I'm telling you, dude, they didn't account for the mental thing with trading Josh.
Yeah, I agree.
I haven't heard anybody even talk about that, but I can feel it. Like Bo last year, even in the postseason, came up with some really timely hits.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he had a bunch of
against the Yankees. He punched it in. I thought he was going to send Rodon to the shadow realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. I was really hopeful that this was going to be a huge year for him, and we talked about in the offseason, like this was going to be a year for him to finally get regular ABs for the first time. Because he didn't really get regular ABs last year. He kind of did. But no, man, it's not happening.
Other news that you see that Duran in some trade rumors, and he's not in the lineup today for Boston.
There it is.
Uh-oh. Don't know. Who knows?
Send him to Cleveland.
Tigers' best team in the sport by far. That's the only take that Pat had this year that was wrong. Our other ones hit. We like Gavin Williams. We like James Wood.
Yeah.
I mean, we liked Rocchio.
Yeah, that one was bad.
That was bad. But the Tigers, man, they've been really good. Should they be the favorite to make it to the World Series out of the AL?
No.
I'm bummed that Brian Cashman was telling us that Glaber didn't want to move to third, and that's why they didn't re-sign him. Meanwhile, they're letting DJ LeMahieu play second when DJ LeMahieu say he doesn't want to play third.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm one more instance away from calling Cashman racist. I almost got it in me, dude.
Yeah, dude. The fact that Glaber is posting the best OPS of his career outside of the 2019 juiced ball year is crazy.
Yeah, bro.
I thought he was going to be a candidate to really fall off a cliff with no protection.
Honestly, his emergence into like elite second base territory is a big reason why the Tigers are so good.
I did not anticipate this kind of offensive production from him at all.
Me either. And like honestly, I thought the reason last year he was even somewhat efficient and effective was because they placed him in front of Soto and Judge, and so teams had to pitch to him.
Yeah, and that's where I thought, oh, you take that out of the equation. I mean, I like Riley Green and all.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, shit. No, it's true. Riley Green has been on a fucking mission this year. Torkelson's been great. Javi's been sufficient enough. Kerry Carpenter, like their lineup is producing. I just don't know how sustainable it is. And I know I keep saying it, but
you're hoping it.
I'm hoping it.
Wait time. A second. Is Spencer Jones just Riley Green but white? Wait a second. They have the same swing, don't they?
They're very similar.
That big looping cartoon swing, bro. Look at his Savant page. Oh my God, Spencer Jones is Riley Green. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
oh my God, it's Jason Bourne.
So I'll say it again. Spencer Jones or Dominguez.
I mean, Dominguez is literally Dominican switch hitting Trout, so I don't know why we're even doing this.
Riley Green's been fucking tough this year.
Dude, he's been so good. Do you see the comparable hitters metrics-wise? Comparable hitters, 2024 Devers.
2024 Gunner.
Yeah, Gunner. Gunner twice.
Yeah. Hell, even Stowers. He's an all-star this year, right?
Yeah, Stowers has been really good, man.
Yeah, dude.
Stowers has been, I mean, if you look at Stowers' Savant page, it looks
Stowers is similar to Spencer Jones, too.
Spencer Jones. I'm telling you, man, Spencer's going to make somebody really happy, dude. Just
all
not
right,
us.
Schneeman for Jones right now.
No, we need Suarez for Jones.
You'll take Schneeman.
We would not. What? What? So you guys could just never play Spencer Jones and then platoon him when he gets up here?
Exactly.
You guys would hate Spencer Jones. But Spencer Jones, here, I'll say it. Spencer Jones, here we go. Can I say it? Spencer Jones, as a baseball player today, is better than Nolan Jones, his older brother.
I don't know about that.
You didn't even know they were related.
They're not related.
I know. I don't have anything left for today, man. But I want everybody in the chat to put a prayer hands in the chat for Paul Skeens. Nothing's wrong with him. He just plays with the Pirates.
He just plays with the Pirates. Oh man.
You know, I will say 5 shutout again. 5 shutout innings. I think he pulled himself from the game. I think he doesn't want to do
fuck
this.
Anymore.
I dead ass think he doesn't want to do this anymore.
Dude, it's got to be miserable, right? What, he's won 1 decision over his last, 13?
He's 4-7 with a sub-2 ERA and a sub-1 WHIP.
Although it's funny because you're gonna have boomers in there going crazy when he wins the Cy Young with like 6 wins on the season.
Well, he's not winning it.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Is he? Oh, I forgot. I forgot that the AL is where the pitching resides.
I mean, if you look at odds right now.
No, I think there's a badass dude in Philly that's gonna win it.
Zach Wheeler?
Yeah.
Fuck no. Give me Paul Skeens.
You'll see.
I mean, it's their
you'll
you'll
see. Mr. Strikeouts, talk to me. You'll see.
No, I
Mr. Strikeouts, talk to me.
Yeah. Give me Skeens.
I'm just saying strikeouts, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Strikeouts, talk to me.
All right. I'm just saying Skeens is also a strikeout pitcher.
Skeens is a strikeout pitcher, but Wheeler is more. Just talk to me, bro, because I guess remember, ERA doesn't matter. Strikeouts and WHIP do.
Considering Skeens plays for Pittsburgh, he gets my sympathy.
And you know what? You know why Wheeler's going to get it?
Because they're going to make the playoffs.
Well, no, this might be he doesn't have one, right?
No.
I'm saying.
I think I asked you that question, right? The 4 pitchers with the most active innings or most active strikeouts that a Cy Young.
Dude, so and you know how voters work. If there's a chance in a lane to give Wheeler one, they'll give it to him now, and they'll just save next year for Skeens. Yeah. You know that.
No, they will.
Because it's important for baseball history for Wheeler to have one.
All right. Yeah.
Talked him into it. I'm still
pulling for Skeens.
You can pull for the motherfucker, but he's not winning it. That's Pat. I'm Chris. Do the thing.
That's strike 3.
You're out.